Hello guys! My name is Mari, a Japanese Final Fantasy XIV player for about 5 years, and managing a guide blog of the Japanese data centers. I'm just only an English learner, and you may find some incorrect expressions or pronunciations in this video. I'll practice to improve them, and hoping they're not so serious mistakes. Well, I'd like to introduce the differences in the way of having party chats between Japanese, C, and North American DCs. Strictly speaking, in mana, elemental, and Aether. How Japanese people greet, and examples of them, usually seen in a party, are also available here. You can use the templates with clicking Show More below this video's information. This will let you grasp the features of each DC and the atmosphere of the Japanese servers. Then, let's get started from the features of the chats on each DC. The features of the chats in each DC. Mana. One of the Japanese DCs. People speak Japanese only, while some use the auto-translations. They tend to keep quiet. The players chat just like there are some in their cutscene in a duty. But the greetings are commonly seen at the beginning and at the last of the dungeon. It doesn't mean you have to avoid saying something. You can break the silence with some joking or else. Some may react to that or not, but it's not a serious issue. Even though I sometimes try to make them laugh, tragically it's ignored. I noticed I got some player commendation out of the duty. Japanese people don't hate having chats. Elemental. One of the Japanese DCs and known as the CDC. The most famous server is Tomberry. Most of the people greet in a duty, same to mana, but the auto-translation is often used. They chat in both of Japanese, English, and the auto-translation, considering the possibility some party members would be the English-speaking players. People are relatively quiet, and not all of them greets. Aether, one of the NADCs. As you should know, people greet in English, and it seems to be not always necessary. The auto-translation is rarely used. They are likely to talk much more than people in Japanese DCs. I love talking in the party or alliance chat so much. Now, the next topic is the common customs of the Japanese chat. Here are the main 4 points I recommend you to know. How Japanese behave. Greeting is usually needed. The greeting is quite important among the Japanese. It's the same in a duty and seen both at the beginning and the end. Some don't say hello in North America. However, the Japanese players who don't know the custom there may feel it's strange when they encounter a situation like that. People often use the auto-translation like yoroshiku onegai shimasu, let's do it, and otsukare sama deshita, good game, as greetings. The Japanese phrase yoroshiku onegai shimasu is much polite than let's do it, and has an implication of I'll do my best, and I'm wondering if you'd help me out as a support. People care not to make their chats bother others. The important information could go away. People often take care about it when they have some conversation. However, it doesn't mean people dislike talking. When you want to make the mood comfortable or to ask something, you don't need any hesitation. Usually call others by their roles or jobs, not by their names. People commonly prefer a job name or a role to one's name. You'd surprise them if you spoke to them by names. The Japanese feel more comfortable being part of a group than being seen as individuals. Healer-san or gakusha-san is better to say. This san represents a respect, used after one's name or official position. You can use the auto-translation for the role or job, and just add san after that. Last, I'd like to introduce some Japanese often seen in party chat, which you can use from now. The templates and the pronunciations of the phrases are shown in Show More. Learning easy Japanese and trying to use them should smoothen your gameplay. Let's learn easy Japanese often seen in party chat. 初見ですがよろしくお願いします。初見 means a first timer. An auto translation. This is my first time here is also used. It's translated into Japanese as ここに来るのは初めてです。不慣れですがよろしくお願いします。不慣れですが means an inexperienced. People use it with an intention to show they possibly make some mistakes in a duty. ありがとうございました。It means thank you. This is more respectful than saying arigato only. You can use this not only at the end of the duty, but also when you got the resurrection. ごめんなさい means sorry. おめでとう It means congrats. Don't mind です This originated from don't mind. Don't mind is a casual word often used by youth people. 蘇生します蘇生ください蘇生 means to resurrect. When you resurrect someone, you can use 蘇生します And when you want to get the rest from someone, you can use 蘇生ください This します shows I'll do something, and ください shows give me something. まとめますまとめ means big pull. You can say まとめます when you prefer to do a big pull. However, this まとめます is a declaration. So まとめていいですか is better if the item levels of the others seem not appropriate for big pulling. It depends on the situation. People may answer yes to your question by saying, OK, 大丈夫です or はい or using auto translation. If they are aware of that, you are an English speaker. If their answer is no, they can use a variety of words. Just ask them when you don't get what they talk. Oh, I almost forgot another thing. An expression which can make Japanese laugh. すまん A kind of sorry. It's more casual than ごめん and sounds a little manly. すまん should work well. And your party members must laugh with WW when you made a mistake or perhaps died, since they don't expect a weird way to show one's apology. As an English speaker, it's an useful joke. WW is the same to laugh out loud. People call it as kusa. Kusa means grass, which looks like grass of Pokemon of the Game Boy. I have introduced Japanese own customs and phrases frequently used. Were there anything new to you? On my blog, I show the translations of the extreme and savage macros, and of the terms of Party Finder and a daily chat. I also write about the differences between Japanese and North American data center. This channel is for complement of each blog post, but also it brings you the content helpful for you to learn Japanese. I'd like to mention knowledge of the Japanese tacit understandings, customs, and the way of thinking for the comfortable elder life of the people playing Japanese DC, and those who are to begin. You can touch another culture via your PC or game display. I also play in North America with my alt and feel another air with different language and the playstyle, which are exotic to me. Hoping you can enjoy in Japanese servers with the understanding the aspects of it. Now, it's the time to say goodbye. See you in the next video. さようなら。